everyone, it's Victoria. I'm going to be starting a new series. Well, sort of. It's going to be the Supernatural series. Basically, Buzzfeed Unsolved has two different types of videos that they run. The Unsolved Mysteries, aka the true crime, and then the Supernatural version, and I figured I might as well at least know a little bit about that as well, so we'll be watching some of those. I will also be uploading these every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and then my true crime ones will be uploaded Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and Wednesdays is a random day. So it'll still be uploaded at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesdays, but it'll be just some random video I come across that I'd like to react to. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to leave a comment, as well as go to the link in the description that has my website on it, and it will give you options on there as well. I would like to say thank you to Buzzfeed for having these videos for me to react to. I would love to work with them maybe late. Oh my, you guys saw that too, right? I would love to work with them at some point. So Buzzfeed, hey, I'm here. As far as that, I give all rights and credits to them, and as I usually say in my true crime videos, all facts and everything I say in this video is due to what I have learned and what I have researched. Whether it's true or not, it's what I believe to be true. Feel free to put in the comments below facts. I love learning new things, so definitely let me know if you think something's off or wrong or anything like that. I will definitely get to it, as well as on my website. I also have a Q&A page, so if you have any questions you want to ask, I'm always there to upload them. Just make sure to bring it in under the contact information on my website. That being said, let's get started.
I'm Ryan, that's Brent. This week on Buzzfeed Unsolved, we're covering the real-life Men in Black. Are they real? Are they as charming as their Hollywood counterparts?
I loved these movies growing up, you know. I even liked the international one that just came out. That might be controversial, but I did like that one as well. So, one of my favorite movies. Very funny.
Parts. You know, watching Men in Black, I never knew it was based on a true story.
Today we find out.
The Men in Black are typically described as wearing black suits, being expressionless, cold, sinister, and in some cases inhuman.
So, the Mafia? I'm sorry, Mafia, if you're watching this. No offense to you, but it kind of seems like I doubt they're watching this video.
The Men in Black seem to only talk to two kinds of people: those who claim to have seen a UFO and those who research UFO.
Well, that would be why I've never seen the Men in Black, because I have never researched the UFOs, let alone wanted to research UFOs. But I'm not opposed to it being in the comments, so feel free. Also, those who have seen a UFO, I definitely have not, unless you count an airplane.
They present themselves as part of a secret organization, sometimes even producing a white card with a crest and the word security on it. And in some cases, they refer to each other by number rather than name.
So what would my number be? Like, number 78532 something. Because, like, I don't know if I'd want to be called a number.
They threaten and scare people into remaining silent about their UFO encounters and or research. Think of them as the cleaners of the extraterrestrial universe.
How much black do they actually wear? Do they look like the Men in Black that we see in the movies?
We'll get into what they really look like later.
Once they pull apart their skin and the alien comes out.
Now that you know the basics, here are,
I like that guy. Funny.
in my opinion, the most terrifying reports of encounters with the Men in Black. The first ever recorded experience with the Men in Black came from Harold Dahl in June 1947.
So the first report ever was in 1947. Wouldn't you think there would be more reports before 1947 if it was talking about UFOs? Just saying.
Harold Dahl was out on his boat in the Puget Sound where he claimed he saw 6 giant donut-shaped objects in the sky. One of the objects fell apart, spilling debris that killed his dog and injured his son. He took photos of the debris but said they were later fogged over by a man in black who told him not to speak of the incident.
They had donuts in 1947? How?
Great question. I don't know. I know they had dough, but not the point here. 6 donut-shaped objects in the air. What could that be? Like, are you sure you didn't just, like, dream it? Because I know I have had times where I dreamed things and thought they were real, and then come to find out they weren't. Anyone else have that?
Oh, they're donuts.
What?
He said he saw donut-shaped objects in the sky.
That's what you were thinking of when I was telling you that story? His fucking dog died.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next incident comes from Robert Richardson in 1967.
So 20 years later? Yeah, 20 years later. Exactly 20 years later, actually.
Robert Richardson reported that he collided with a UFO while driving at night in Toledo, Ohio. On impact, the
A lot of stuff happens in Ohio. I'm not from Ohio, but I heard a lot of stuff happens in Ohio. I feel like this is something that would happen. Or Florida.
object vanished. Richardson took home a small lump of metal that he believed was from the UFO. A week later, Richardson said he was visited by 2 men in black suits. He said the 2 men asked for the piece of metal from the site, but when Richardson informed them that he had turned it over for testing, they threatened him. Quote, "If you want your wife to stay as pretty as she is, then you'd better get the metal back." And
Okay, rude bringing in the wife here, you know. What'd she ever do to him?
quote. Richardson never heard from the men again and still has no idea how they knew about the metal.
Why didn't he go to the police? Why did he search on the internet? What do I do?
I think he may have
Didn't
gone to
he
the
go
police.
to the
There is no
police?
internet, by the way. It's 1967. He
Yeah.
probably just searched. However people searched back then. I don't know. It's fucking
Call it
Encyclopedias.
Encyclopedias.
The next encounter happened in New Jersey in
A
1968.
year later.
Jack Robinson, a UFO researcher, and his wife Mary were terrorized by a man in black that would stand across the street from their apartment building. They reported their apartment appeared to be rummaged through, and after seeing the strange man for 3 days in a row, their friend Timothy Green Beckley decided to get a closer look and managed to snap a picture.
This is a picture of a man that they saw looking at him in 1968 of a man in a black suit, and it looks like even a black hat. What? I'm sorry. Wasn't that like the dress for the 60s anyway?
This is a rare instance of a reported MIB caught on camera.
That could have been anyone.
Introducing
How do we know he's actually dressed in black if it's a black and white picture? Could be a dark navy.
Oh my god.
Okay.
These next encounters I'm going to go over are a little more bizarre and offer much stranger implications. On September 11th, 1976, Dr. Herbert Hopkins, a doctor living in Maine, was studying a
So less
UFO
than 10
incident
years
when he
later.
reportedly got a phone call from a man who identified himself as a representative of a New Jersey UFO organization. The man asked if Dr. Hopkins was alone and if they could review research. Dr. Hopkins
Okay, if someone calls me and asks me if I'm alone, I'm gonna have something to say about it.
agreed, and by the time he hung up the phone and turned on the lights outside, Dr. Hopkins claimed the man was somehow already coming up the stairs to his door. Hopkins' description of the man is the most
They're
horrifying yet.
aliens
The
themselves,
man
that's
wore
why.
a neatly tailored black suit. was bald with no eyebrows or eyelashes, and had smooth, dead white plastic skin like a doll.
So, a lot of people
His lips were ruby red, and his
put on some lipstick. There you go. Are we sure he wasn't like a drag queen or something? You know, just came back from doing a show and forgot to take off the makeup. Are we sure that isn't it?
speech was expressionless and monotone, as if you were hearing a machine.
Question.
Okay.
Same.
He's pale, really
Mhm.
tight fake skin.
Mhm.
But the thing they choose to make real is the ruby red lips. They put all their technology into making those lips super realistic, but the rest of the man
Yes.
can't speak normal, and he looks horrible. Like his face is skin white. What?
Good question.
The man in black told Hopkins to take out a coin and said,
You
"Watch the
poor
coin."
bastard.
After that, Hopkins claims, quote, "It started to develop a silver color instead of copper, and then the silver became bluish, and the penny was getting quite fuzzy, out of focus, blurred, and then it simply was gone. It slowly dematerialized," end quote. After that, Hopkins said the man ordered him to
bad.
destroy his UFO research.
Encounters like this, if they were real, they would not be this interesting.
If in the off chance this actually happened, how shitty would that be? If you tell a story,
Well, what he's describing is what acid does to metal, including copper. So, I only have one question. Was the guy holding the coin? Because I don't know if he said it. If he said it, then, oh. If he said that he was holding the coin, man, that dude has some acid skin or something. But if he's not, there's a reasonable explanation.
no one's gonna believe you, first off. And second off, you're gonna look like a crazy person.
This next encounter is with someone you probably know, Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
In January 2002, Dan
After I
Aykroyd
was
sold a
born.
TV show called Out There to the Sci-Fi Network that would break serious ground on a wide range of topics in the alien media landscape. In the middle of conducting further interviews for the show, Dan stepped outside for a break
I've
where he
heard about
reported
the
seeing
show.
a
I don't
black
know
Ford
if it was
sedan
ever
appear
made. I've
suddenly
heard
across the
about it,
street. Dan
If I'm walking and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, right in front of my face, something pops up, I'm gonna be running. That's for sure.
reports that one large man in black got out of the car and gave Dan a dirty look.
Wait a second, that guy doesn't look anything about what you just described. That can't be Men in Black. Like, that's gotta be like some dude on the street or something.
Dan said he looked away for a brief second, and when he turned back, the car was gone. 2 hours after the car disappeared, Dan was given bad news from the producers of the show. Dan said, quote, "We were told we were not to continue taping, and the show was canceled, and none of them would air," end quote.
Why is it not the government? Why is it some weird alien organization coming after them?
Exactly.
If that were to be true, that would mean that the government is in accordance with these aliens already.
So the Men in Black could
Area
show up at
51, man.
Obama's desk and be like, "Hey, stop looking for aliens, you pesky humans."
But I saved the best encounter for last.
Okay.
On October 14, 2008, near Niagara Falls, hotel manager Shane Sovar, along with a hotel security guard, reported seeing a large triangular UFO outside his hotel.
Okay, so UFOs just went from round and circular to triangular? What? I thought they were supposed to be circled.
A group called the Aerial Phenomenon Investigations
AIP. Where I live, there's a company down the road that literally, I don't know what they actually are. I think they're some kind of construction company. But their name is AIP. Maybe that's where they're at. Maybe that's this.
team looked into the incident. They reported that a couple weeks later, according to 3 other witnesses, 2 unidentified men in black visited the hotel. The men in black terrified the hotel staff
They got
and were looking
everywhere.
for Shane Sovar and the hotel security guard, who were luckily not there at the time. And when Shane Sovar reviewed the hotel security footage,
watching
he
TV.
discovered that the camera had actually caught 2 men on tape. What we're about to watch
Oh.
is that footage.
No one's gonna die, are they?
Okay. Okay. Decent. Again, if they're
Sovar
both,
reported that
why
the
are they
witnesses described the
heads?
men as tall with black suits, black hats, identical faces, extremely pale skin, no eyebrows, no eyelashes, and abnormally large eyes. A woman who spoke with the men claimed that she felt that the men knew what she was thinking. Is this video proof
They
that the
must
MIB
be
exist?
aliens or something. If they're
Or
gonna do
is this
that,
video
they must
simply
be
an internet
aliens.
hoax?
Can I be 100% honest?
Yeah.
I'm really
Yes,
trying
please.
here. They just look like businessmen.
So you just think there's two abnormally
Exactly.
large.
They were abnormally large.
They look.
Oh, look, they look the same. The one pixel, it's so blurry.
Okay, look at this guy right here. The fucking guy standing next to.
Okay, there's people who are like 7'4", 7 foot, like over 7 foot, and they're not with the MIV. So
The door.
Okay.
Look at him next to them. Unless he's super tiny.
Are basketball players aliens?
exactly.
Is Kobe? Is your precious Kobe an alien?
Too soon.
I mean, he might be actually.
Yeah, he might be.
Unfortunately,
Oh, too
most
soon.
cases of UFO or alien encounters come in the form of first-person accounts, and the MIB are no different. Do they exist? Are they from the government? Are they even human? Ultimately, it comes down to what you believe. Me personally, I believe that while they may not be aliens, even I can't believe that, I do believe that there may be a government agency out there that would regulate these sort of things to prevent mass hysteria.
I can buy into the fact that the Men in Black may be a real thing, but I cannot give you the satisfaction that they are covering up aliens.
There are certain things like ghosts or
Fair.
aliens or demons that.
Well, no, I'd say if those exist, then that becomes part of the science, and there's an explanation behind those things,
See, this is
and
where
it's logical.
This is where we'll always disagree because not everything can be explained by science or logic, in my opinion.
No.
Actually, a lot of things can be explained by science and logic. Not everything, but most things can, which is crazy, honestly. There's definitely a lot to unpack here. So the Men in Black might actually be real. Aliens might actually be real. Or it could just be the mafia scaring people. I don't know at this point. But as always, hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment below on any information or anything you want to tell me. Go ahead and visit my website if you have any questions or want to know a little bit more. Feel free to do that as well. And as always, have a great and wonderful day. Bye.